Good morning, Trojans. I hope that everyone is doing well and had a chance to enjoy the beautiful weather that we experienced throughout the past week. We are moving rapidly through the semester. Our Thanksgiving break is only 2 weeks away, so make sure that you take the time over the next 2 weeks to work on your grades. Complete your work and turn it in. Get your classes in a place that you can relax and enjoy the holiday because you are so satisfied with where your academic marks are. Important, today is Veterans Day.
My name is Rod Cascal, and today we're going to learn about Veterans Day. Veterans Day is always celebrated on November 11th, and I'll tell you why in just a bit. First, I need to tell you what a veteran is. A veteran is someone who has served in the military, also known as the armed forces. At Veterans Day, it's a day where we honor those who have served in the military. Did you know that the military has 5 parts, also known as branches? The Army, the Marine Corps, the Navy, the Air Force, and the Coast Guard. Together, they all serve to defend our freedom. Kind of a big deal. Respect. So if you meet a veteran, ask them what branch they served in, and then tell them they're awesome. The reason we celebrate Veterans Day on November 11th is that is the day that World War I ended in 1918 at 11 o'clock on the 11th day in the 11th month. An armistice was signed to end the war. An armistice is an agreement between 2 opposing sides that ends the war. Everyone was so glad that the war was over that the next year, 1919, 100 years ago today, the U.S. declared November 11th as Armistice Day to celebrate the ending of the war. It was called Armistice Day every year until 1954, when President Dwight D. Eisenhower changed it from Armistice Day to Veterans Day, because he wanted to honor all service members, past and present. And that is why we celebrate Veterans Day, to honor all service members who have served our country to defend our freedom. Pretty cool.
It's a day that is set aside to show appreciation for those who have served in our military. We have a few staff members who have served, and even more who have family who have served. And today we're going to take a moment to hear from one of them. And so with great excitement, I want to welcome Mr. Endries. So Mr. Endries, you served in our military. Please tell us a little bit about your experience.
Sure. So I joined the Wisconsin National Guard in 1998. I actually joined between my junior and senior year of high school. So when everybody else was having fun on their summer break on their junior year, I actually went to basic training. And then I came back. I finished my high school. And then I joined active duty service and went on to be, I was with the 82nd Airborne Division out of Fort Bragg. Then I went over to Germany with the 1st Armored Division. My job in the military, I was a mechanic. I worked on everything from aircraft to generators to tanks to Humvees. So that's kind of the quick overview of my service. I was in until 2006. I got out.
So tell us, why did you decide to join the military?
Yeah, so great story. I got a free pencil. So I went on a job training or a job site in high school, and there was a big booth, and everybody was gathered around the booth, and I wanted to see what everybody was excited about. And it was the National Guard, and they were giving away all this free stuff. And they said, just sign up here and we'll give you some of the swag stuff. And I'm like, yeah, whatever, and I signed up. And a couple weeks later, they were like, yeah, by the way, you need to come down and finish up your contract. You need to finish up signing up. It was kind of a moment that I had to step back and look at it and then realize what I wanted to do in the future. But really, it was over a free pencil. My family does not have any service-related background. Nobody else in my family had served. I come from a long line of farmers. And then I joined the active duty for a free pen. So, as you upgrade, you get better writing utensils. So, yeah, for a free pen.
You had mentioned that while in the military, you served as a mechanic. Talk to us about what are the different jobs or roles available in the different branches of the military.
Sure. So again, the major branches are the Army, of course, the Marines, the Air Force, the Navy, and the Coast Guard. Each branch is unique in what they offer for jobs, but pretty much any job you could do in the regular world, you can do in the military. So whether that be something such as computer science, whether that be a mechanic, whether that be divers, underwater welders, infantrymen, teachers, you can absolutely do a teaching stint while you're in the military. Computer programming, they have scientists, they have every job that you could want to do in the regular world. So again, I remind you that I joined right out of high school, and so I got trained to be a mechanic in a very short period of time. So they gave me a job skill, and then throughout my service, I had various opportunities to do travel around the world, to do fun things. Lived in Germany for a while. I visited most of Europe, and then when I got out, I had my GI Bill, in which case it paid for all of my college up to this point. So I've got 2 different degrees from Carroll University that I have not paid for, that got paid for. I then went back and got my teaching cert paid for by the GI Bill, and now I'm currently at UWM for my graduate school that they're also paying for. They also pay for my children to go to school if they choose to go to college. They paid for my wife if she chooses to go to college.
So what advice would you give to the students of Bradley Tech?
I guess what I would ask you to do is talk to a recruiter. If you're thinking about joining the service, talk to them and figure out what path would work best for you. What are your goals? How does that goal relate to the future that you want to hold? Again, even though I was a mechanic and I obviously don't do that now, it was skill sets that I learned every day. So I'm able to work on my own stuff now, whether that be my lawnmower or my car itself. And so there's skill sets that you can learn. Take advantage of all the opportunities that you have out there. Speak to many different recruiters if you'd like to join the military.
Well, I want to say thank you for joining us today, and thank you for your service.
I signed up for the Army at Boys Tech, and when I talked to the recruiting officer, he told me that I would have my choice, which I didn't. When I got to Fort Sheridan, I wanted to get in the Army Air Force. Okay. That's where I wanted to go, because I had a good background at Boys Tech in math, and I could have even been a navigator because I had a lot of math.
Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name. Do solemnly swear. To support and defend. The Constitution of the United States. Against all enemies. Foreign and domestic. And to bear true faith. And allegiance to the same. That I will obey. The orders of. The President of the United States. And the orders of. Those officers. Appointed over me. According to regulations. And the Uniform Code of Military Justice. So help me God.
Thank you for your service. We're going to transition now for a message from Miss Hanson about our homecoming celebrations.
Hey everyone, I have some super exciting news to share with you this week. Next week, November 17th through November 20th, is going to be our Bradley Tech 2020 homecoming. Although it's virtual, we have so many fun things planned. The different themes to dress up as and the events that will take place next week will be announced during ACP on Friday. It's not only important that you go to ACP to hear about homecoming, but also because it is a pass-fail class that you can earn 0.25 credits for. If you are still unsure where you are supposed to be for ACP, please ask a teacher so they can help you get to where you need to go. One of the most exciting things that's going to take place next week is going to be a pep rally on Friday during ACP. You don't want to miss that. We can't wait for next week to see everyone showing their tech pride. Go Trojans!
I want to thank Ms. Hanson. I want to thank Mr. Endres for joining us today. Remember, students, a lot of excitement next week around homecoming, but be sure you're still focusing on your academics. Make sure you get those grades in. Make sure that you're joining us every day for classes. And with that, in the meantime, work hard and get smart.